You press a button and time stops, everyone freezes, the world becomes a static photograph. Birds hang in midair, your coffee stops steaming, it seems like the perfect crime. No one sees you, no one hears you, you are the master of a silent universe. Movement feels normal at first. You walk to the kitchen, but air molecules are also frozen. This is a problem, air is usually a fluid. Now it is a solid wall of nitrogen and oxygen atoms. Every step requires pushing through an invisible, indestructible brick wall. The atmosphere has become a rigid crystal. Moving an inch feels like trying to swim through concrete. Your clothes snag on the very air itself. Sight requires photons to hit the retina, but photons are frozen. The universe is now completely black. No light enters your eyes. You are standing in an absolute terrifying void. To see, you must physically walk into the frozen photons. As your eyes move forward, they collide with light particles. This creates a smeared, psychedelic mess of colors. The image of your living room is stretched into long, shimmering ribbons of static, since you are moving at a walking pace. The Doppler effect is negligible, but the geometry is ruined. You are effectively painting your own vision by colliding with the frozen light of the past. Hearing is even worse. Sound is a pressure wave. Pressure waves require movement. Since the air is a solid block, no sound can travel. You are deaf. Your own heartbeat is a silent thud. The silence is absolute. It is actually quite peaceful. Now we consider thermodynamics. Every single movement you make creates friction. In a normal world, this heat dissipates into the air, but the air cannot move. The heat has nowhere to go. The energy stays trapped at the point of contact. Each step turns the air beneath your shoes into a localized furnace. Your shoes begin to smoke, then they ignite. Because oxygen is frozen in place, the fire doesn't spread normally. Instead, it creates tiny, intensely hot plasma pockets. The air molecules you push aside are compressed so violently they undergo nuclear fusion on a microscopic scale. Every gesture is now a series of tiny, blinding explosions. Your skin begins to blister from the sheer kinetic energy of moving through a frozen medium. You are essentially a human blowtorch moving through a glass world. The physics get worse. You are a moving object in a universe of zero velocity. The relative speed between you and the rest of the world is effectively infinite. Even a slow walk creates a shockwave of unimaginable power. The air molecules aren't just in the way, they are immovable objects. When your hand hits a frozen oxygen molecule, it is like hitting a diamond wall at relativistic speeds. The impact energy is astronomical. A simple wave of the hand generates a blast wave that would flatten a city if time were running. Since time is stopped, the energy simply builds up. A massive sphere of potential destruction grows around your body. The pressure increases exponentially. The space around you becomes a high-pressure zone of superheated gas. You are no longer a person. You are a walking singularity of kinetic energy. One wrong move could potentially crack the tectonic plates of the earth beneath your feet. This is an inefficient way to spend a Tuesday. You decide to run. This is a mistake. Accelerating to a sprint turns your body into a particle accelerator. The friction with the frozen atmosphere reaches millions of degrees. The air around you instantly turns into incandescent plasma. A blinding sphere of light erupts from your chest. You are now a humanoid supernova moving through a frozen museum. Every atom you touch is obliterated. The ground beneath you vaporizes into a trench of molten slag. The shock wave of your movement is so intense that it begins to warp the local curvature of spacetime. The frozen world starts to shatter, not because time is moving, but because you are physically breaking the vacuum of space. You leave a trail of gamma radiation that would sterilize a continent. The sheer force of your movement pushes the frozen air into a dense shell of degenerate matter. You are effectively a biological railgun. The energy output of your morning jog exceeds the total luminosity of the Milky Way galaxy. Everything in your immediate path is converted into pure energy. You are the most destructive force in the history of the universe, and you are just trying to find the remote. Finally, you press the button to restart time. The accumulated energy of your movements is released all at once. The sphere of plasma, the gamma radiation, and the compressed air expand at the speed of light. The resulting explosion is larger than 1 billion supernovas. The entire solar system is vaporized in a fraction of a millisecond. You have successfully turned yourself into a universal reset button. Unfortunately, the explosion was so absolute that it destroyed all evidence of your existence. Consequently, the insurance company denies your claim for the lost coffee. They cite a specific clause regarding acts of God and accidental solar system demolition. The paperwork is extremely tedious. Stop breaking the universe, it is expensive to fix. Subscribe to the What If Club for more ways to accidentally delete your own existence. We have plenty of bad ideas.